Alright, what's up guys? So, Hot T, she has uploaded a video titled Shane Dawson is back on the internet. It was just only in a matter of time. I knew this man wasn't going to quit YouTube altogether, but I know it did seem like for a moment it was like, dang, is he really going to quit? Like, bruh, like Shane Dawson, he's been on YouTube since the beginning pretty much, but anyways, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm all like, look, like what he did, I know a lot of people ain't going to forgive him on it. If you ask me, like, I know people will probably ask me how do I feel about the whole Shane Dawson situation with, like, all the, like, you know, like, racist stuff that he said or did back then. I'm like, hey, look, he gotta live with that. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. So, anyways, I'm like, he gonna have to deal with that. I'm like, I'm just gonna be a watcher. I'm just gonna be a watcher. But, anyways, yeah, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys go subscribe to my good friend Hot T. Man, I'm so mad because I reacted, and just let me make sure. Okay, I'm all like, the audio's playing. I reacted. She did a vlog on her second channel, Ray Rahimi, and I reacted to it. Whole video muted. So I'm talking. She's cracking these jokes. She's saying these things. I'm laughing. You're going to have to watch the video and, like, time it. Like, okay, because you know I'm on the pause and talk about some stuff. So you're going to have to, like, time the pause and all. I'm like, So I ended up having to scrap that video and 2 other videos I reacted to. And I was like, I just want to scream. Like, not scream, but more so just jump as high as I possibly can and just smash. Well, it's a program, but I don't know. Like, take, like, that Gravedigger monster truck and just drive through, like, the headquarters or whoever created OBS, just drive either through their building, workplace, house, however they made it, wherever they're working on it, just drive straight through it. It might make me feel somewhat better, but anyways, make sure you guys go subscribe to Hot T for more videos like this. Make sure you guys go subscribe to her second channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. And that being said, let's get into this video. Like so relaxing, got my Fiji water.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are not talking about the hottest tea, but you know, iced tea is also good. So enjoy. We're talking about Tana Mojo's new vlogs, Shane Dawson possibly coming back, and YouTube Rewind getting cancelled, and more. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn post notifications on, give this video a thumbs up, and comment your opinion down below. Anything you feel like commenting about. Alright, let's get into the tea. First, let's talk about YouTube Rewind being
canceled. If y'all heard, like, cause I don't know, if y'all heard my computer noise go off, then that was my computer. It's not your computer flipping out, so just warning y'all. I don't know if it captures that audio, but still, just letting y'all know just in case.
Yes, that's right, you heard correctly. YouTube announced on Instagram and Twitter last week that Rewind won't be happening due to everything going on in 2020. They wrote, "Since 2010, we've ended the year with Rewind. A look back at the year's most impactful creators, videos, and trends. Whether you love it or only remember 2018, Rewind was always meant to be a celebration of you. But 2020 has been different, and it doesn't feel right to carry on as if it weren't. So we're taking a break from Rewind."
It's like no shade or shots being thrown at YouTube. They was like, it's supposed to be a celebration of us, but instead you give us like YouTubers that nobody really watched. I'm just saying, like, you know, there's no disrespect to any of the guys that was in YouTube Rewind. I mean, it's like, you know, they doing their thing, but I don't know. Some people might take it as disrespect. Like, I think YouTube, they just need to, I don't know, be a little bit more open. It seems like they always have like the same content creators, and like Will Smith was like the newest person that they added to like the YouTube Rewind, and but it just seems like, I don't know, they just need to widen their variety. Like, call Hot T for a YouTube Rewind or something. But anyways,
this year. We know that so much of the good that did happen in 2020 was created by all of you. You found ways to lift people up, help them cope, and make them laugh. You made a hard year genuinely better. Thank you for making a difference. If you all remember, which I'm sure we all do, in the last 2 years, YouTube Rewind has been kind of shit. And it used to be one of those things that made YouTube feel like a community, not just a social media platform.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people would look forward to it right around this time of the year to remember the most viral moments, the good, the bad, just everything that was popular on the internet. Also, seeing your favorite creator on there was kind of like the biggest deal of all time. Let's just say the reactions and responses were, well, very different. And obviously this year has been quite eventful due to some things like the pandemic going on. It's understandable why they would not do a rewind. However, like I mentioned before, this year packed a lot from global human rights, health, political, and social issues to big things in the YouTube community. Some people are quite frankly outraged that YouTube Rewind won't acknowledge important issues and changes that happened this year. Others were saying that it's the best decision that could have happened, in fact suggesting YouTube Rewind being cancelled as a whole. And you guys, there were people saying they will boycott YouTube just because they are sick and tired of the platform. There was this comment going on and on and on by multiple people in response.
I think you should find like a more legitimate reason to boycott the platform. Like, you boycott the platform just because they don't have like some YouTube music video at the end of the year. That's dang, huh? I thought I had like reasons to, you know, boycott YouTube, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I guess, yeah, boycott YouTube because they're not showing a YouTube Rewind this year.
The Twitter announcement. That's it. That seals the deal. I'm no longer a YouTube user. An absolute disgraceful service yet again. In all my years as a user of YouTube, I've never seen a service so trash and pathetic. I'm becoming a Hulu user. They have real TV service. Goodbye. Some creators commented on it. Some were a bit salty, some supportive, but overall, I think many people are glad a rewind like the past 2 years is not happening. But many people would like to see some of the important events being recalled / highlighting the work of frontline workers.
They should at least do like a, I don't know, I guess like if they were to do something, I'd do like a, I don't know, me, I would do like an animated like rewind and just call in content creators and be like, hey, if you want to be in this year's rewind, then, you know, send in something that you would want to say, and or if they have like a script like written out for these guys, then do that. But yeah, I did like, I don't know, had like some like just found like the best like animators on the internet, and yeah, just had us like work on some like big animated video. It probably had to been like a last minute decision though with the whole YouTube rewind. They were still probably trying to figure out like how can we call in these YouTubers all together and stuff. Like, I don't know, me personally, I did the animated thing. I'm like, that would have shown like had like a little bit more like a creative process with it and stuff. But anyways,
what do you guys think? Are you happy with the decision YouTube has taken, or do you want to see a proper rewind this year? Moving on, we're talking about Tana Mojo again. So Tana started uploading these short vlogs, kind of David Dobrik style, and her fans have not been very happy with it. She says she's been working very hard on them and tried to stick to a 3-day per week schedule, which she definitely has not kept up with. But anyway, on her main channel, she started uploading these shorter vlogs, about 4 to 6 minutes long. She even asked David on FaceTime if she can try to do that style of vlogs, and he basically said, yeah, go for it. As you probably know, David has his signature style of short vlogs, each 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. But recently he stopped doing them due to needing a break, as well as the whole situation with the pandemic. And part of the reason why he's known for these vlogs and why they're pretty much his brand is basically he would always be with the vlog squad, going somewhere or doing something crazy, and he's been doing that for years, so it's kind of become his thing. But the difference between Tana's and David's vlogs is that she's not with the same people in each vlog. In fact, no one really knows who she hangs out with. Is it just for clout? It just doesn't give the same vibe as with David's vlogs. And the reason why his are so liked is because people kind of feel included in the vlogs in a way, and there's always something relatable. It feels like. But
yeah, I personally think, I don't know, Tana, she just comes off as one of like those like clout like people. I mean, but that's like if people if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. It's like, I don't know, I don't see it as like a bad thing. It's just not something that I would want to be a clout chaser. But yeah, it's just one of those things that people do, and they just, you know, if they make a living off of it, then more power to them. But anyways,
friend group and viewers can feel like they're just, you know, a part of the gang. Meanwhile, Tana's fans actually miss her longer vlogs and random videos. Even if she doesn't post super consistently, when she posts, it's usually a longer chit-chat video of her and some of her friends doing something casual. And her fans enjoy that content because it feels true to her rather than trying to up the quality by not being herself. Like the editing, the entourage surrounding her, the lack of authenticity and honesty, it just feels like watching some cheap MTV show of famous people who you don't even know why they're famous. Some fans said that watching Tana now feels like watching someone exploit everyone around them for clout, hanging out just because they can gain something from one another. Hello Tana and Jake Paul. People feel confused and not sure who they're watching, like is it even Tana? Her fans say that they miss her old content, and even if the story times weren't always true, that was the thing she made very entertaining nonetheless. And that's the reason why a lot of people would enjoy her content.
I remember she did story time videos. That was like one, like I guess like some form of content I do remember of hers is like she was doing those, but other than that, then of course like the whole like TanaCon thing and then how that flopped. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know, like I just never really paid attention to any other video. I didn't even know she was doing vlogs. Like I've been just pretty much like who have I been watching when it comes to the last vlog I watched was Hot T's vlog on her second channel. But other than that, I'm like, I'll go back and watch like a David Dobrik vlog before I watch anybody else. I don't know, like I haven't really been watching a whole lot of vlogs. Oh, there's my friends like Forest Souls. I've been watching them, but other than that, like yeah, it's just but like these like short like vlogs or like famous vlog whatever like David Dobrik type vlogs, like yeah, it's just only David Dobrik, he holds that part in like my heart and things where my vlogs are only closed off. Like vlog watching is only closed off for him. But anyways.
That was her brand. Here are some of the comments. One user said, is it just me or do these David Dobrik style vlogs just not work for her? Maybe it's because I'm familiar with his friend group and there's actually structured storylines amongst the chaotic clips. Tana's is filled with a bunch of people I don't know or like. These clips are definitely high energy, but lack any real entertainment value. I miss story times, Tana, I don't know. Another user said, everyone misses Tana's long form content. I feel like she should do a mix of that and the vlogs instead of just vlogs. Another user said, dude, this content is so lifeless. Like for real, I ain't even trying to be mean. This isn't you, this is David, and you clearly don't want to listen to your fans. This is just so sad to see. I don't even know how to word it. So it does feel pretty boring to hear only about how much money they make, how famous they are, or how many brand deals they get. Just constantly talking about what house they got, how expensive their lives are, going to the fanciest restaurants. Like, I'm pretty sure her audience can't really relate to that, especially right now. Many people are without jobs or not able to see their families and friends. And then you have Tana going to a bunch of places, partying all the time, not really caring for the safety of others, doesn't really keep any social distancing, and so on and so forth.
It's a nice house that they're in.
Again, in comparison to David's vlogs, Tana's lack structure, they're quite messy, you don't really know what's going on, and it's just all over the place. With David's, you can see that if it has a purpose,
chemistry,
flow, and it just kind of makes sense.
It's like he's known them guys for a while and stuff, so it's like he's either known them from like school, or he's known them from the Vine days, or yeah, he's just like, just been like, he's friends with them, he knows them. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that's one thing that I've always was like I guess passionate about is like, if I'm going to do videos with somebody, I want to do them with friends, people that I know. And a lot of my friends are like camera shy. So that's why I'm like, well, I don't want to be that person. Because I remember I heard that somewhere where it's like you can meet up or like go on websites and things and meet up with like other content creators. I'm like, that just doesn't seem right though. Like I wouldn't want to do that because I'm like, I don't know these guys. I'm like, I didn't like to build a, like, I don't know, it's like, it's a dating app, but like for YouTubers, I guess. Like it was some stuff like that, I don't know. But yeah, I was like, I would rather do things just like, like the good old fashioned, just like me, friends. And yeah, then they just, like, I feel like that chemistry would be a lot better than it's like, rather than making a bunch of like getting to know this. Like, honestly, that would be those videos if I were to do it that way, where I just meet some random person and then like some other random YouTuber. And I'm just like, dude, those would probably be the videos, like interviewing them or getting to know them and then eventually becoming friends with them. But other than that, like, I'm like, I think it's like you're best off like doing it with friends, people that you know. So somebody like Jake Paul, she knows him, she married him, but yeah, it's like that could potentially work out. Other people she's collaborating with, I don't know, the people that she did collaborate before, because I remember she was dealing with some beef and some backlash for some stuff that she either said or did. So it probably ain't got like a whole lot of people. So that's probably why she's finding random people to collaborate with, because she doesn't really have like no other. Dang, that's sad. Dang, I'm like now saying it like out loud. I'm like, she don't really have like no friends from her past that she could collaborate with, because she's either then cut them off or they just not cool anymore. So dang, that's messed up.
It just seems very off for her, and you can tell when something is more true to someone with their content. But many of her fans are just not into it. It definitely is important for a creator to change it up every now and then and not to rely on only one type of content, but I don't know, this ain't it. And side note, in one of her Insta stories, she talked about people showing up to her house like it's a monument or something. She said, "You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not a monument. My house is not Mount Everest. Parent better, LMAO."
This woman just drove by my house and looked at my assistant and goes, "I'm taking my 8-year-old daughter by your house and then by the Saddle Ranch." As if my home is a public...
Now when it comes to such situations...
I do think that is kind of weird. I'm like, people don't do stuff like that. I'm like, that's something I'm like, I speak strongly on, is just don't show up to a content creator's house. If that person hadn't, like, I don't care if you driving by, looking on it through a satellite, spying, whatever, stalking, don't do stuff like that. Because content creators are crazy. Like, you might think that, oh, this content creator ain't gonna do that. Like, no, they could be secretly a nut. And then next thing you know, like, you think that you getting David Dobrik, but really, you getting Jack from The Shining. So I'm like, you guys gotta chill on that stuff, man. Like, I never understood why people do that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm an antisocial person, so if I knew a YouTuber had lived in the area, I'd just been like, okay, they live in the area. I'm like, I'm not gonna bother them. I'm like, if I see them, hi, how you doing? And then keep it going. But I'm like to just show up to their house unannounced and things. I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. And it's like, people need to stop doing that stuff. Eventually, they're gonna start cracking down on that. They're gonna be like, yo, it's like, you need to stop doing that. If that person they invite you over, it's like, don't show up to their house. I don't care if you're a kid. I don't care if you're a grown man or a grown woman. It's like, just don't do stuff like that. Because no, it was David. I remember there's a David Dobrik video. And somebody did that, and they was like, oh, we drove all this way. Can we just at least get a picture? I'm like, no. You could kindly get a door closed in your face. Like, I didn't have you come all the way up here for no photo. You did that on your own. So I'm like, yeah, that's on you. That's all on you. So
person is really shitty, or no matter how famous, you need to respect their privacy. Obviously, this is not right, period. You can't just show up to someone's house and demand attention from them. For this thing in particular, we can all agree, right? So what do you think, if you follow her videos, what do you think is the style of vlogging something she should keep around, or maybe go back to what she's known for? Lastly, we're going to
based off of what everybody is saying, it's like they're not liking the vlogs, so I'm like, yeah, she either needs to find people that she has better chemistry with and then do vlogs with them, and then seems like it can work out, or then it's like, or just go back to her old format. But it's like, eventually it comes to a point in time where it's like, you don't have enough story time videos to do. So I think people need to also realize that, because I've done like a crap ton of story time videos, and it's gotten to the point where it's like I've ran out of ideas and stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, I'd have to move on to something else. So I'm like, it's you at some point in time, like, you are gonna have to move on. So I don't know. Like, I had to say, like, that's what I think is best. Like, people, they need to find, like, content that you could just do solo. So it's like, for an example, like a hot tea video. I'm not saying that Tana needs to go out and, like, copy a hot tea video, because that'd just be messed up. But I'm just saying, like, find, like, a video where you can do it, like, by yourself. And then, like, people could be like, oh, okay, I'm with this and things. So, like, if they're, they'll support that more than they'll support, like, some, like, fake friends or whatever you want to call it and things. But anyways,
talking about Shane and him possibly coming back to the internet. And if you guys watched one of my last videos, which if you haven't, go back and watch them and then come back here, we talked about Shane Dawson posting more and more on his Instagram. We talked about him possibly returning to YouTube and all other social media. After all of the Welcome to the Circus show unraveled, Shane has been kind of really silent. He hasn't been posting on any of his platforms, and he's been been hiding or at least staying off social media. But in the past few weeks, he has posted more frequently, mentioning his comeback. And if you guys remember, he posted when his fiance Ryland announced his podcast. He also posted for the anniversary of the Conspiracy Palette on Jeffree Star's birthday, and as well as to shout out Trisha. Oh, and he also posted about a few videos that he edited for Ryland, saying he loved editing again and connecting to YouTube in a way. And during these posts, people have been wondering if he's coming soon. If the more frequently he posts, the sooner he's coming back on YouTube, whether or not he's testing the waters to see how people are feeling about him. For the past couple of years, he is kind of used to taking breaks on YouTube, but if it was more of his usual breaks, it wouldn't even be a question. All of his fans would be waiting to see what series he's coming out with, but with this break, it's kind of different because this time he went off the internet, not really on a break when you think about it, and it's very much possible for him to come out of the shadows soon, maybe in the next few months, maybe in the beginning of 2021, we'll see. But the thing about all of his recent posts that has people questioning him is the fact that these posts are quite emotional. He shares he's posting because he is in his feelings and so on, which is understandable. When there's something that makes you feel a certain way, of course you would want to share. The thing is, some of the fans that have changed their mind about supporting him have been speculating if these emotional posts are a way of kind of preparing people and reminding them of his sensitive side. We can all agree that Shane knows his audience. He also knows how to leave an impression on them, either good or bad, and he's no dummy when it comes to the way he presents things to the public. Like, how many series has he made about problematic YouTubers and then all of a sudden they're given a clean slate? Not saying some don't deserve to tell their stories, but let's be honest, who out of all the influencers Shane has made videos on has stayed off the problematic radar? Basically, we're all speculating if Shane is marinating us so he can come back and people are not too harsh on him. But that's just obviously an opinion, not a fact. Also, it's important to mention that all the exposing that happened this year in regards to Shane wouldn't have started if Shane hadn't ignored people holding him accountable and asking why he is supporting some of the most problematic YouTubers like Trisha, the whole DID situation, or Jeffree when a lot of videos came out about his lipstick and his song and his brand, and him avoiding all of that caused people to start digging, and oh, they dug deep. Some speculated that he will come back with a docuseries on himself, show us how all the drama went down from his side.
That's
or
a good idea.
He might come out with the horror movie he talked about a few months ago before all of the drama. It is a matter of time.
I recommend, I think he should come out with something that just kind of like, you know, cleans his record and things, and then anything else, like, you know, talk about that, because I think that's something I would do, like, come back, show y'all what was going on, like how I was dealing with stuff, and yeah, just overall then move on from there. People support him, they support him. If they don't, then they don't. But yeah, it's like I don't know if I'm not gonna be upset if he comes back. I'm like, he comes back, he comes back. That's his choice, you know. So I'm like, you do your thing. But anyways,
comes back, like, people know he's not going to be off the internet forever. And even after all of that happened in this year's season of Dramageddon, he still has somewhat of a loyal fan base. There are still people that support him, for example in Ryland's podcast, which is called The Sip, where Ryland and his co-host interviewed Trisha. You could hear Shane laughing in the background, and a lot of comments were positive. A lot of people shared that they felt good to hear him and wanted him to come back soon. Maybe he's coming sooner than we think. Maybe he will take some more time off from social media. Time will tell. How do you guys feel?
That's one thing for sure. It's like he's still gonna like receive hate for what he did. That's just people just holding a like grudge against him and stuff. And I'm like, look, to those people, I'm like, I just think that that's bad on your spirit, you know, to get, you know, be spiritual TMossBoss on you guys for a second. Like, don't allow something that didn't even involve you like kill your joy, kill your happiness. Like when you see his name or see, like, let it go. Like that's what I'm not like, you know, like things like that isn't going to overall make you happy when you go out leaving a hate comment, disliking his video or whatever. You might be like, oh, it makes me happy when I call him this, this, and this. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like an angry happiness. It ain't like full-on joy happiness. It's like bringing you to that point in time when you was a kid in the middle of Disneyland. Like, no, you doing stuff like out of just revenge, out of anger. It's like, that's not happiness. I'm like, people need to know the difference between pure joy and happiness and doing something because like, oh, it's making me feel better. Like, y'all need to let that stuff go. Like, I'm not a Shane Dawson fan. I don't think I'm going to watch his videos. I don't know. I might go out my way. I remember I used to watch his videos when I was younger and very first started on YouTube. And as the time progressed on, I just stop watching his videos. I don't really see myself watching his videos. And it's not that I'm holding some against him. It's just he's not one of, even before the whole situation that went down with him, I wasn't going out my way and watching his videos. And his videos is like blowing up left and right. So it's like, just find a content creator that you're going to like, support them, watch their videos. That should be your, like, you know, your joy, happiness, and all of that. But hating on the man for whatever reason he did or for whatever he said, I'm like, yo, y'all need to let that stuff go. But anyways,
about all this, do you want Shane to come back? Would you be interested to see if he's coming out with some new projects, or do you think he's not coming back ever again? Let me know in the comments down below. I know we covered a lot today, but I hope you enjoyed this mini random tea video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel.
It was good.
I post new videos every single week. All right, bye.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm like, you know, people need to let that stuff go. It's like eventually the man is going to have to come back. It's all like, you know, this man got bills, this man got life, and it's like, you know, he can't be thinking about, like, people that don't like him. He's like, he knows he got fans. He knows, because what? He has, let me see how many subscribers he has real quick. Yeah, he still got like 20-something million subscribers on his channel. It's like that man is not going nowhere. He's one of the biggest channels. He's one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform. So it's like that man ain't going absolutely nowhere. He is, yeah, he's going to definitely take a break. But that doesn't, yeah, he ain't going to go nowhere. I know that for a fact. But anyways, yeah, this is a pretty good video. I enjoyed it. Shout out to Hot Tea. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys go subscribe to her for more videos like this. Also subscribe to her second channel, Ray Rahimi, and her third channel, her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.